So while my littles are still occupied in the other room playing, I just wanted to take a minute to get real about something and talk a little bit about imposter syndrome. I'm about to share with you a very easy way to make St. John's Wort Oil. And I was encouraged by my dear friend, Chase Poland. She's the founder and creator behind Kypris Beauty Products. They're a line of really luxurious and holistic skincare. So if you don't know about them, I would suggest checking them out. But I was talking about the saga of trying to find St. John's wort oil or St. John's wort to make the oil this year. And my usual place where I find it had been cleared. And I was a bit like, oh no, what am I going to do? I need to make my year's supply and I don't know how I'm going to make it. And so as Mother Nature always provides, you put something out to the universe and say, oh, I really need to find some St. John's wort oil. We happened to go on just a quick ride up into the mountains and the place was covered with it. So I was able to get enough St. John's wort to make all the oil that I'll need for this year. I like to use the St. John's wort here in Sardinia because it's a way to keep me connected to the land here and the place here because this is, where I feel is my true home. And so whenever I use the products from the herbs and the things that I forage here in Sardinia, it helps me stay connected to the land and also just feel the energy of the land that's here. And so when I'm not here, it's really a balm for my soul as well. And so I did an Instagram story where I explained this whole saga of I couldn't find it in my normal place. Oh my gosh, I found it. And now I can make the oil. And Chase was like, well, you're going to teach us how to make it, right? And my first thought was, why would I do that? There's so many people who are probably way better at making oils than I am. There's tons of people making this stuff. It's not a new thing. I mean, people have been making St. John's wort oil for as long as the hills that provide the flower have existed. Why should I teach anybody about how to make St. John's wort oil? But then I thought more about it and I realized I should be the one to share with my readers how to make St. John's wort oil because it's literally the one herbal remedy that I cannot live without. And it's the one herbal remedy that I recommend the most to anyone, to friends, to family, to people, on the internet. Just it's such a part of our daily lives that sometimes I forget how important it is. And for that reason alone, I feel that yes, I am going to share with everyone how I make it, why it's important to me. And so hopefully I can inspire other people to make it too. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that because I think we all go through these moments where sometimes we don't share the most simple things with others because we feel like, oh, it's already been done. Oh, it's too easy to make into a big deal. But really, those are the things I think that are so impactful because they're the things that truly matter to us in our lives and the things that really are powerful and useful. Sometimes I always talk about how the simple things are the most powerful tools. And yet here I was questioning whether I should be sharing how to make St. John's wort oil. So we all go through it. And I'm just here to say, share your stories, no matter how simple they are, because they really could help another person that you didn't even know needed it. So please share your light. And with that, I will share with you how I make my St. John's wort oil. And thanks, Chase. Hello, everyone. Today, I'm inviting you to join me in making a batch of St. John's wort oil. It is one of the most recommended herbal elixirs that I recommend to friends and family and random people on the internet when they ask about how to help with emotional sensitivity, oversensitivity, things like that, which I feel as a mom of a highly sensitive child who is almost 7 years old, I have quite a lot of experience with. And St. John's wort oil has been such a blessing to us. And it's really such a simple thing to make. And so I figured now's the season and it's the time to share how easy it is to make this and how effective and powerful St. John's wort oil is. So I hope you'll join me. So I start simply by just snipping off the flower heads, including the buds, and some of the top leaves are okay also. Now, if you want to know whether what you have is truly St. John's wort, the buds here are what will help you discover whether you have St. John's wort. If you squeeze the buds in between your fingers and the red comes out, then you know that you have the true species of St. John's wort. And these are the only ingredients that you need to make St. John's wort oil. You need fresh St. John's wort and olive oil. Sometimes I like to use coconut oil as well as olive oil because when the temperatures are a bit cooler, the coconut oil makes the finished product a bit more like a salve, so it's easier to rub on the body without kind of getting drips everywhere. But this is not necessary. You can make it entirely of coconut oil also, or entirely of olive oil, or a mix. Traditionally, it's made with olive oil, but I find again that by adding some coconut oil to it, it makes it more easy to rub into the skin without getting all over clothes and tables. So you can decide. So I'm really only discarding pieces that just have a lot of brown flowers that have been used up already. And so you can choose to just snip off these fresher looking pieces, but then discard the brown. So just to demonstrate how so easy it is to make the St. John's wort oil without like many tools or anything at all, I am currently at my father-in-law's house, so I don't have all of my nice herb making tools like my mortar and pestle or things like that. So I'm just using what he has here to make this. So I'm going to switch the camera around and show you what I'm using. So I'm using just like a giant beer mug and a fork. And what I'm gonna do is just start putting the St. John's wort in to the beer glass. Just stuffing it in there. Come on, guys. Don't try to get away. Okay. And just stuff it in there, and then I'm just gonna kind of do this with a fork in the same manner that I would use a mortar and pestle. Just kind of getting things a little bit macerated. Okay, so I did that process for about 3 or 4 minutes, and now it's all kind of much smaller amount and it's been macerated. So at this point, we can just go ahead and take the olive oil and pour it in there until it covers the flowers and leaves. And just use my fork to make sure that everything is covered really well. Like that. And then I'm going to cover it with plastic wrap. There it is, all covered up. So now I'm going to put it in a spot that gets a little bit of sun during the day and let it sit for at least 2 weeks, but you can let it sit for up to 4 weeks. So you can let your St. John's wort oil sit for between 2 and 4 weeks, but every day it's good to check on it and make sure that all of the plant material is submerged beneath the oil. You don't want any leaves sticking out or any little petals or flowers. This way you make sure that your oil doesn't get moldy. And also, just to check on it. And you'll see as the days go by that the oil begins to take on a reddish hue, kind of like what was on my finger. And that's, how you know that the properties of the St. John's wort is getting inside of the oil. And so you just check it and you add more oil as needed. And in 2 to 4 weeks, you strain all of the plant material from the oil and put the oil in a jar with a lid. And it keeps well for up to a year. I've never had oil last longer than that. Usually the batches that I make just, last for the year, maybe sometimes 9 months. But we use it pretty regularly. I always put a little bit in the kids' bath water. St. John's wort oil is great for kids who are extra sensitive and need a little bit of shielding. The oil on the skin really acts as a psychic and emotional shield for the child. And I find that it really helps a lot with any sort of fears that they have, or if they go out in public and they just don't like large crowds or being around people. It really helps to kind of keep that easier. It also works really great for night terrors and nightmares. So it's a really good oil to have when you have kids. It helps a lot. And it's great for adults too, for all of those same reasons. So it's my go-to. It's something that I really can't even live without anymore. And that's why I wanted to show you today how to make it so that you can have it for your family too and help you also. Be sure to ask any questions if you have any questions. I am here to help answer them. But have fun making your St. John's wort oil.